Warning, this video is intended for audiences who are 13 and over. If you are not 13 and over, please fuck off and tell your parents to moderate what you watch online.
Hey, Tariq.
Hey.
Hey, how about the cameo guest appearance, right?
No, wait. First, the real question is, did William do his homework?
Oh, no,
that's right.
Here's the thing. When I had the homework, I'm like, I'm going to do the homework.
That sounds like excuses. Hold on. William?
No.
That sounds like excuses.
No. Like, you can take it as an excuse. Yeah, sure, go ahead. But the thing is, I was thinking, like, oh, wait, but my whole thing here is, like, I don't know anything. So maybe I should just not do that, to continue with that. And see how that
it didn't matter, alright? It ended up being worthless.
Okay, because that's the thing. Because I was curious to see if maybe me watching this and not knowing anything would actually affect my viewing.
Nothing.
That's a reasonable experiment.
It was completely pointless. You did not have to watch anything prior to watching this. It wasn't like an anniversary season or like a guest character. No, it was just cameo appearance. Apparently.
Well, here's the other thing, right? Here's a really confusing thing for you, William.
Yeah.
There are... What the fuck? Who's eating? Is that you?
Yeah.
Austin? Are you eating rice? I can hear a spoon scraping against a bowl. Like... That's gonna pick up in the audio. It's gonna sound stupid as shit.
It's okay. He can edit it out. He can honestly edit it out.
No, I don't edit anything out, William.
Of course not. No.
I just think our audio.
Keep it. Live the truth.
If you guys hear anything in the background right now, that's just because Joseph just entered my room and he has his music blasting in the background.
No, hey, let me eat my rice in peace, alright?
I mean, we would let
your rice and
if it
peas
wasn't
or your
so
rice and
fucking loud.
Alright, so what are we finishing?
Alright, no, so there are some times in, because Kamen Rider's been around for like a fuck ton of time.
Yeah, 50 years.
Literally, we're at the point where they have had 3 Japanese emperors again, resident Japanese fucking historian Tariq Blakey over here.
Yeah.
They've had 3 emperors that have spanned the time of the Kamen Rider series, right? There are Kamen Rider characters within the series, not necessarily Kamen Riders themselves, but sometimes, yes, Kamen Riders themselves, that show up in one series and then are characters in another series, because that's how fucking long the series is.
Yeah.
In Kamen Rider Build, the secondary Kamen Rider is also in the Amazon Prime exclusive fucking Kamen Rider Amazon reboot.
Yeah.
Wait,
and Kamen Rider Build was originally another Kamen Rider in Kamen Rider Build. They had another Kamen Rider that was just another Kamen Rider.
Hold on, there's an Amazon... What?
Yeah, so there's a Kamen Rider season called Kamen Rider Amazon, right? And so Japan being very cute, right? They realized, hey, Amazon, do you want to produce Kamen Rider Amazon? And Amazon was like, oh, fuck, that's a good idea.
Amazon was like, ooh, I can't wait to get the synergy for that.
Yeah.
And then they were like,
Amazon does nothing in that show. They just produce it. That's it. That's
all
they do. They don't even put their name in it.
Amazon was like, yeah, we'll do that. And then they were like, and then they gave them, I assume Toei or whoever the fuck, like, they gave them fucking Amazon money, like full blown, like, we can build a spaceship that does nothing, like, money. Yeah. And they decided to make the darkest fucking thing I've seen in years. Like,
Tariq, speaking of production of Kamen Rider, something I recently found out. So Tariq, you know movie production, right? You know those production. William is an expert. Me and William's our movie expert. So William, in terms of production, right? Guess how many people actually produce a season of Kamen Rider? Try to guess.
Well, okay, hold on. The question that you have to ask. Because that can be a trick question. People or companies?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah. That's a. I was gonna branch off of that. But guess how many people are involved in the production of a single season?
Okay, you mean people that are like named, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is in Kamen Rider, and this is a pretty big deal in Japan, I'm assuming. Yeah, of course. Mm-hmm. So, sure, we'll go with, I don't know. Let's see, 5.
5.
That's what you thought?
Ooh, that's a
What?
good number.
Yeah.
Really? That's what you thought? I thought it was way higher.
Oh, how many numbers did you think,
because
Tariq?
the thing is, I think that because at most, if I see it like a movie, right, it'll be like the producers and the executive producers. I mean, you might get a co-executive producer once in a while, but at most it might be like 2 producers. Maybe we get 3 executive producers or something like that. That's my idea with it. If it was particularly big.
Yeah, but the question is, I mean, again, it's a question between like companies and people.
This is something they recently revealed. That they recently revealed in interviews about the behind the scenes of production. And it turns out there are 6 people involved in every season's production. You get 2 people who are the actual producer of the show. Like these are people that do the actual work. Like, all right, here's our stupid Kamen Rider gimmick. Let's make the show, right? And then you get 2 representatives from Toei. These are people that are not.
Yeah.
So you have the 2 producers hired by Toei, right? By Toei Company, and then you have 2 regular Toei producers that comes in like, hey yo, we're Toei, right? Make sure this is that's what they say. We're Toei.
You couldn't just leave it to the other 2 that you had before.
No. You gotta have people that cover it up because they have 2 people that are regular Toei people that are just like, you know, it's Toei. Fuck it, whatever. We don't really care about anything. And then there's 2 people that are like, okay, but actually we have a really bad reputation with anime, and we need to like kind of like do something to work on that.
Yeah. So there's 2 real people that produce the show. There's 2 people from Toei that produce the show, and then there's 2 people from the estate of Ishimori production that comes in and tells, hey yo, this is how you gotta write Kamen Rider. So William, for context, Ishimori is the creator of the Kamen Riders, of the Kamen Rider franchise.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 6 people are involved within the production of any given Kamen Rider season.
Okay.
They found out recently.
So all right, 6. Okay, so that's all right. That's 6 people on a production. Okay. Well, I was also far off. Because I was going to say 25 to 40.
Jesus Christ.
Listen! Hold on.
That's such a ridiculous number.
Hold on. Okay, I know it's a ridiculous number. It's also a ridiculous series. And again, if we're going by the number of companies, if we're counting employees that are unwillingly producing Kamen Rider... Like, could you imagine if someone was like...
Those are just cast members. That's
could you just imagine if someone is at Bandai, though, and they're like, they tell somebody, like, on a date, they're like, oh, I'm also a producer for Kamen Rider. Like,
oh my god. It's like, like, here's the thing. I get where you're coming from if you're thinking in terms of a company, but the thing is, you don't have everybody working in that bloody company working into the one show, because it's not like you get the guy in the mailroom to go over to produce Kamen Rider.
Hey, no, we have to ask the mailroom producer what his input. All right, the guy in charge of the mailroom producer.
I mean, look,
his job is like, oh yep, it's mail. Okay, so then let's wait. Oh yep, that's mail too.
He's the guy that's in charge of all the mail. He's ensure everyone gets their scripts.
Oh my god.
No, it's like how on my resume, and Austin, you can certainly attest to this because I've been an aide to your antics.
Yeah.
But I just list Montgomery College, and then I just say list graphic design. I don't say that I got the degree. I just say that I attended, which is true, and I majored in this, which is true. All of this is true.
So, like, yeah, have choose.
I work at Bandai, which is true, and Bandai produces Kamen Rider, which is true. So I mean,
well, you know what? That is also true. But you know, it's not like, I mean, if they wanted to look deeper, I mean, it's not like they can't. But that's
okay. The point being,
I know the point what you're making.
Yeah. Anyway, no, let's stop all this frivolity so that I can be fucking upset.
Just so Tariq to be upset in our weekly unnamed discussion series about Kamen Rider Saber, a weekly discussion series where I, Austin, the first big years of knowledge of Kamen Rider and tokusatsu, and joined every week by my friend William. That's you, William.
Yes,
first with no knowledge of Kamen Rider tokusatsu, as we were joined by our special guest Tariq, as we discuss the latest Kamen Rider season, Kamen Rider Saber, as we discuss Kamen Rider Saber, episode 8, the sealed Arthur. That's the segue. That was the cold open, all right?
That was brilliant. I was gonna give you I was gonna give you shit and say where's the opening, Austin, but you got there.
I planned it. Look, just like a Kamen Rider, we're all three different producers trying to achieve the same goal of the cold open, all right?
I don't know that that's accurate.
It's not at all, but you know what?
I have very explicit goals right now, and I don't think they are anywhere in line with yours.
Of my goal.
I mean, maybe we're all gonna be very heated, but anyway, so I have bits. First bit is hi, my name is Tariq.
Yeah,
I'm an alcoholic. I'm sorry. No, wait, that's the wrong one. Let me. Hopefully these pages pick up on my microphone. Because I'm flipping through. I'm flipping through my bits. Oh yeah. There we go. Okay. Hi, my name is Tariq, and episode 8 of Kamen Rider Saber gave me donkey brains. Because that's the real fucking truth. That's the whole bits that I have, because the rest of it is unbridled rage.
Hey, this episode was insane in what happens, alright? I'm not gonna lie.
Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain.
Yeah.
Which is funny because somebody grabs somebody's brain in this and fucking makes decisions.
Yeah.
God, that was such an odd thing.
Hey, were you? Was I the only one that was expecting for Ogami to literally crack that monster's neck? Was that?
No, I didn't think that was gonna happen at all. That would have been an incredible decision. That was not the decision he made.
That's why I thought when he grabbed the Medusa monster's head, I thought he was just gonna snap her neck and be calling it a day. I was like, oh boy, good thing my son's not here to see me commit murder.
I mean, first of all, why would the son be shocked when he goes on with him on his missions on a day-to-day basis?
No. There's a difference from seeing a monster being defeated and seeing a monster murder, alright?
Okay.
There's a difference.
Watching his neck get fucking, God, what is it? Jesus Christ! Get like just Black Widow like neck snap like.
Just like our political system. If you're in uniform, it's okay, but when you're out of uniform, it's not okay.
Whoa! Okay, you just went there.
Hold on. Technically.
Yeah.
All of the Logos members have robes, so he was still in uniform.
Wait, are you telling me the only reason why Ogami didn't like fucking snap the Medusa's neck was because he was out of uniform? Is this what we're telling me?
No, that's not anything related to it. Okay, hold on. No, I need to bring it all back, because the fact that I can be this upset about this, despite how the episode starts with Tassel.
Yeah.
Is telling.
I don't
because we get the
yeah.
Hold on, I need to go get something because I'm
Tariq is getting a bottle. All right, William, it's just you and me to carry. It's just you and me to carry this.
Carry it for 5 seconds.
Okay. So when I told you to watch Kamen Rider Gaiden in preparation, it ended up being worthless. All right.
Is it because of the guy who was in the white the white other world is what I'll call it, the other world, right? Is it because that guy was a cameo and that was legit it?
No. That's not even it. That's a real character, all right.
Okay, real character. Cool.
The real cameo was so fucking worthless. It didn't matter. But
Okay.
according to this note section on the Wikipedia page, because we use the Wikipedia page as our reference, right? Right? It
Yeah.
says that these two characters fucking
Anyway, I'm back
worthless.
now.
They were worthless
Anyway, I'm back
characters.
now.
They were just there to
Wow,
promote
I have-
toys.
You know what's funny? I will have literally no idea what the fuck you guys just talked about until I listen to this later on.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
Okay, but yeah.
you're on your tassel rant. You're
Yeah.
non-tassel.
Oh yeah,
rant.
No. I was saying how Tassel's fucking how Tassel shows up in this episode is just completely irrelevant to my fucking rage for this episode. Because we get the follow-up to Tassel floating around with an umbrella with Tassel floats around an umbrella and falls through his house. Like, breaks through like he's fucking, like, goddamn not Dr. Seuss, fucking Cat in the Hat, like, just falls into the house. And it's just like, oh, okay, I guess. And he's like, ooh, can't wait to see what happens this week, which I was like, I mean, yeah, true, but Tassel, you just broke your house, like...
Tassel just confuses me in general. Like,
Look,
at first
I
I was just sitting
still
down
don't
and
understand
everything.
Tassel. All right, it's
then-
really
Yeah.
fucking weird.
Yeah,
And then
of
he
course
just
not.
randomly floats, and then in this episode he floats and falls into the house. I'm like, but like, why? What is he doing that actually led up to that event? Like, what is the purpose?
He
of
was
this?
floating in his bubbles. He was Mary Poppinsing,
Yeah.
just Mary Poppinsing
Yeah.
all over the place, and then the bubbles popped because that's how bubbles work.
It
you
is-
dumbass piece of shit. And then he fell through his roof.
I will say the ending, like, despite how odd the ending is, I think it's also appropriate for this episode because of just how odd the turn this episode took at the end.
Hold
of
on,
this.
wait. There's like 3 different endings in this episode, all right? There's the ending with the riders. There's the Tassel ending, and then there's a Calabar ending as well. Right? There's like 3 different endings. Which ending are you referring to?
Leave it to this fucking show where leave it to this fucking show where it's like, just when I think that there's an end to, like, there's no way Saber can frustrate me beyond the points that it has. It's
Don't
like,
worry.
hey,
Tariq, at least we can confirm one thing, that King Arthur was a guy, alright? We can confirm that. That's confirmed now, alright? Alright, they confirmed that. My fate theory out the window. They're not pulling a fate.
Yeah, I figured not. Okay.
Supposedly.
Yeah, what do you mean supposedly?
No.
When did King Arthur in freaking the Fate universe ever have a giant mech like this and then decided to grab the other person and use them as a sword?
Hey, you play Fate Grand Order? That shit's wild, alright? Yeah, have you
I
played-
should play it.
No,
I heard the
don't, no,
story's
I'm,
actually-
I'm joking about. Don't play Fate Grand Order.
No,
that's
it's
that's
like-
a scam. That game's a scam. It's a
No,
gotcha
I mean,
game. It'll
fair.
get you.
No, yeah, that's fair. But I heard the story's actually pretty fucking
Oh,
good.
I don't fucking know what the fuck happens in Fate Grand Order.
Yeah,
I don't even know if there's a story to that shit. I just know
There
there's
is
a
a story.
version of Saber with big fat anime titties now.
Jesus Christ.
Sure, okay.
I mean, it's obvious. It's an obvious thing where they try to earn money from that game. But it's like, if anything, the story's always, from what I've seen from that company, it's always fucking good. They're always fucking good.
Anyway,
But yeah.
so
So we're gonna get into the episode at some point.
yeah,
all right.
let's get into
Yeah.
the episode, because here's the thing, right? The point of me bringing up fucking Tassel was the fact that this episode starts ridiculous, and it just keeps one-upping itself.
Yeah.
It starts off with, okay, so we got Tassel just bursting through his house from his stupid ass. Oh, that's a burp. Oh god.
It's Tariq dying.
It's okay. It's the alcoholism talking. Anyway,
The anger's manifesting in burps.
Anyway, yeah. So we start off with Tassel like falling through his house, right? And it's like, oh, okay. Well, that's how I guess they kept some continuity between last episode and this episode. And then we start off with, yet again, you know,
Yeah, we go with like Toma and stuff, right?
Toma comes back. Oh, well, no. Here's the thing. The three that took care of shit last episode show up, and it's like, cool, awesome. They saved the day, and they show back up at the base, and then May just walks right in.
Yeah.
Just they didn't close the door fast enough, and she just walks right in. I'm gonna ignore the little bit between like Kento and Caliber, because I do understand the idea of like, it seems like they're trying to build some kind of narrative that maybe Caliber isn't actually his dad or something.
I mean,
that would be the smart thing. But as this episode proved, smart things are not their forte. But anyway, so the other three show back up, and they're like, "Oh, we're here." And then Sophia's like, "Who the fuck is that with you?" And just like, "Oh shit, May, you walked in." It's like, "Oh, I just kind of whoops. I mean, you guys were just walking through here, so I was like, I kind of want to go through here, so I'll just go through here." And they're all like, "Oh shit. Well, I mean, I guess." Which at this point, whatever like anonymity that they're trying to have is completely void, right? Like there's no, this isn't a secret society. Motherfuckers are getting full square quadrants of city are getting booked like out of existence for a moment and attacked. And it's just the anonymity prospect of like is one of the stupidest things that like Kamen Rider does, where it's like, oh, we don't know what this is. I like when we get to like episode 20 or 30 of Kamen Rider, and everybody knows shit that is happening, and it's just like, martial law, everything's like bullshit. Oh fuck, oh no, we're gonna shut this shit down, and they're just getting murdered left and right.
Jesus.
I'm just saying, like, the fact that they're like, oh, come on, it's fine enough. It's like, literally all of them know that May has seen all of this shit. There's no Men in Black, like, memory wipe. There's no reason that they should still be, like, trying to hide it from her. Don't worry. Nobody, from her, at the very least.
May is so special, nobody's gonna believe her, alright?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. It's no one will ever believe you, like, shit. So May does that, and then Kento and Toma show up, and they're like, "Oh shit, May's here!" And they're like, "Look, man, that's not even the focus right now." But I mean, yeah. So that happens. But there's, I'm rewatching the episode right now, just seeing it. So Toma gets a big book. Toma gets a big old book. Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, here's my prediction,
big book,
which I'm sure will absolutely be true, is that book is a trifold. It's gonna be a trifold. It's just gonna be one slot.
That's a good.
Well, no, I don't know. It's gonna be the super form. It's just gonna be a threefold thing of like whatever his super form is supposed to be.
Dude, it's gonna be Lord of the Rings. I'm telling you.
Oh my god! If it can be the Lord of the Rings, I'll loot. If it's Tolkien, if one of these fucking books is like, oh my god,
it'd be so legit. I would be. I mean,
so Tolkien's dead. All of these authers are dead.
No,
so you know.
No. Here's the thing.
But
here's the thing. There's a Tolkien. The Tolkien. The Tolkien's work is still held by his family estate. It's a pipe dream. Okay. And I would love for it to be a thing.
So here's what we do. We pull a JoJo's. We just call it King of Rings. We call it King of Rings, and everybody's kosher. It's all good.
And then the subtitles will be something completely different.
Oh, absolutely. No. Here's the problem, actually, because again, resident expert in all things Japan. If you actually listen to the Japanese voice actors, like the Japanese voices in like JoJo's, they're saying the shit. they're saying the names in Japanese, and then the subtitles are like, no, we can't get away with that. We gotta call Aerosmith Little Bomber.
And then freaking. I mean, they didn't. I don't know if they're actually gonna do it, but I remember this being a thing in the manga where there's a stand in part 6. No, not part 6. Part 7. It's called "Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap." Right?
Yes, of course. Oh, okay. Well, first of all, hold on. Well, let's not turn this into a JoJo's podcast, but also.
But yes, let's turn this into a JoJo's podcast. Bring up parts.
Well, you brought up part 7, which is like. It's the most best. Controversial, like, part...
No, that's part 6 is the most controversial. Part 7 is the best JoJo's that everyone loves. Part 6 is Stone Ocean.
There's the controversy.
What do you mean? Everyone loves part 7.
What I mean is part 7... Okay, hold on.
Part 7 was
You should
Johnny
know...
and
Okay, there's a number of reasons I could say why part 7 is, like, the most controversial, but, like...
Is it because of Jesus?
The one main reason that should be obvious is the split.
The split.
I'm not trying to spoil shit for the.
I mean, okay. Look, first of all,
hundreds of dedicated viewers.
Oh my god!
You know,
they can read the manga.
They can go a different direction in the timeline.
Look, just because part 6 been
but that's
out
not even
for
controversial to begin with.
Doesn't mean that there's still
ends.
spoiler warnings. All right. It's been out for 7 years. There's still spoiler warnings, alright?
Okay, look. Fine, here we go. Spoilers for part 6 and 7. Okay, so look, at the end of part 6, everyone is dead, okay? Everyone died. Right?
Just like what happened in this episode. That's a good segue.
Yeah, there you go. But, like, legit, everyone died in part 6, and then it was a whole rewind of, like, reset the universe, and then, new timeline because of it. Right, so I don't. Like, that's why part 7 had to become its own thing in that way.
That's what I.
But well, why?
They're two sides of a coin, I guess, in terms of which one's more controversial. I guess.
I mean, sure, no, but I'm saying the controversy starts at 6.
I agree. I understand what you mean. I agree with you. Yeah. It's like part 7 is a result of part 6. It's just like if you look at 1 through 6 and 7 and 8, it's like.
Oh, you mean just how it just kind of doesn't follow its own?
There's a real question of like there's a real argument to be made of like, wait, what happened? And it just fucking goes in a different direction, and that's whatever, fine. Point is, I don't know how we got here. I genuinely don't.
What? To JoJo or to?
Oh yeah, I said I wanted them to have Lord of the Rings, but like do it JoJo style, where instead of having fucking Rolling Stones, we have Prophecy Stones. That's what it was.
Yes, it was called Prophecy Stones.
Molly and I just finished watching the dub because they put out the last episode dubbed. We just finished watching the dub of Golden Wind, and it was like, Jesus Christ. We have a game of like, hey, guess what the fuck this was supposed to be? Yeah. Anyway, so maybe it'll be a trilogy book. Maybe it'll be the Lord of the Rings. Maybe it'll be
what other famous trilogies are out there though that are like free in free domain?
we can completely ignore what was it? That thing with Idris Elba.
Suicide Squad?
Dark Tower?
No.
Dark Tower.
The Dark Tower, yeah. We can just completely erase that. Erase the Dark Tower and just put that in. Just put that in this book. Like liquidate the estate. Liquidate the estate and just fucking like put it all in. Put all your money in Kamen Rider. And just, like,
Stephen King's still alive though, so you can't exactly do that. But I would be so legit. Can you just imagine I don't know if they've done this. I think you guys have said it, but imagine Kamen Rider but with a gun.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh boy.
Oh, we're imagine a Kamen Rider but with a gun.
That's real original. You know that scene in SpongeBob when that fish is taking orders at the Krusty Krab and Squidward's like, ooh, how daring today are we? Remember that scene?
Is it gonna be?
Yeah. It's like, ooh, how daring.
Okay. But Austin, you know how soon this is going to turn on him, right?
Yeah.
Is it really okay? Fine.
Yeah. Anyway. So let's get back to this.
Yeah, Ogami's back out of nowhere.
No. Forget Ogami. His child returns.
Yeah, his child. The son returns.
His child returns, but the more important thing, the thing that I want to have, like, again, the structure of this show is so fucking insane. Because first of all, Ogami, it's his weekend with his child, so he picks up his kid, and then brings the kid to this fucking magical book world. Which I'm just gonna point out, if we're comparing May to this child, that means that they were more okay with this child knowing all of these fucking secret world secrets than May at first. Which is stupid.
But here's the thing. Nobody believes a child, alright?
The child was born into the cult, okay? So he's been indoctrinated already.
Fuck. Yeah, he was already a part of it. But anyway, so Ogami shows up, and then he's like, oh man, we only got one of the 3 parts that need to be, like, returned. You guys are doing a bad job. You guys are doing a bad job. This is like the 3rd episode in a row. Like the 3rd, at least, villain in a row, where it's been like, fuck, there were more of them? Oh, Jesus.
The piranha
and it's like,
and shit.
The piranha and the salamander guy, where it's like, oh, we didn't finish our job. Then why did you go home? Finish the fucking job.
Like, just sit around and wonder, oh, I guess we gotta wait for the enemy to come back at peace. He's obviously still fucking
they were like,
alive.
oh man, but no, the fact that it's not even we have to wait for the enemy to come back, it's okay, first of all, if I was the enemy, I would just make book worlds and then dip. I would just never come back. I would just make the book world and run away. If that was an option, it's like, okay, cool. We made a Megiddo, we took a section of the earth, and then we ran away. They can't kill us. They can't make it go away on their own. We win. That's a win. But my... Christ.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, cool. We're gonna go back to leaving the 2 children, the literal child and May, at the base, which is like, cool,
just leave them there. Fuck, apparently this place is a daycare now all of a sudden.
Yeah. To be fair, it kind of felt like that already. But the point is, they shouldn't have, like, come back at all, because they should have known that the 3 parts were gone. They should have never fucking returned. They should have just been like, oh, we know that there's still things missing. Why the fuck did we go and, like, have a snack break in between? And then we get the weirdest, like, 5-second intercut with... So, William, did you do your homework? Did you watch?
I was typed out.
You absolutely didn't do your homework at all. You didn't watch any Gon.
No, yeah, because again, I wanted to do that experiment.
Well, that's fine, because it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
This is the most work. This is just a cameo. That's it.
So this bring it all back. I was really interested to see if we were going to see a Kamen Rider build to Amazon situation where, like, oh fuck, this person's a Kamen Rider or a character again, or if I was just going to see a, like, oh hey, by the way, this person's here. And it was the latter. It was a, oh hey, here's 5 seconds of these 2 fucks getting turned to stone, and it was like, oh that's.
I remember those 2 guys who just served no purpose at all, and I was confused with why they were there.
So remember my rant about, like, gay caricatures?
Yeah, that. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming, that was one of them.
One of them is there, and the funny thing is, I did a quick little Google search. He's married to a woman. I assume that he's straight. Maybe he's not. But I'm gonna definitely reiterate my point about Japan being super fucking questionable about how they represent gay characters. Because it's a fucking, like, as cool as his character is in Gaim, it's a caricature! It's a fucking gay caricature. Like, that's a weird thing. That's not Jay Leno. Jared Leto. Jay Leno, Jared Leto. Mm-hmm. One is a weird orange fat man that's not the president. One played a really bad Joker that everybody hated. But he also played like a transvestite, like HIV.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that sounds yeah.
And Dallas Buyers Club. That's what it is.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. But anyway, so they show up for like 5 seconds at best, and it's like, well, that was a pointless thing to like note on.
Yeah, they made it seem way more important earlier. I was like, ooh, when I was reading the production notes for this episode.
Yeah. So then they all show up because the Medusa like Megiddo is like, I just turned some people to stone, and they were like, okay, we saw you last episode. Gang tactics is how we're playing this. Gang tactics is how it's gonna be. And they show up. All 5 of them show up at the same time, which is incredible for episode 8 of Kamen Rider to have this many Kamen Riders already, and they're all like, at least the majority, like significantly, is on the same side. Incredible. All 5 of them show up to go, we're gonna beat the shit out of this one monster. And it's like, oh, that's not even fair, dude. Like, fuck. And they show up, and then they're like, haha, surprise. It's gang tactic. We are at gang warfare. Like, Medusa shows up, they're like, oh, we're gonna fight Medusa. Then Caliber's like, I push you on the ground. He pushes him, which is great.
Could have stabbed him. Perfect opportunity to get stabbed, by the way. I just want to put that out.
Could have stabbed him and taken his book / sword, but didn't. He just pushes him on the ground like a fucking playground, right?
Is Caliber just bullying Saber?
Oh yeah, Caliber is definitely bullying all of them. And then the other, like, boss Megiddo show up. Fucking, Disaster shows up. Like, everybody's just fucking fighting.
Wait, did Disaster show up? I didn't see Disaster at all.
No. Disaster wasn't here. The Disaster
was Disaster not here?
No. It was just another Medusa. It was just the Medusa Megiddo.
Oh, yeah, there's the other Medusa. Yeah, you're right. Right, last episode was when Disaster shows up, out of nowhere. But yeah, So everybody's fighting, right? And here's where I started having a breakdown. Because everybody's fighting, like, fucking Kenzan and Buster are fighting one Megiddo, and, Kento's fighting Legiel or whatever, and, Blades with an S is fighting whoever the fuck, I don't care.
They're all just there. They're all just fighting.
And Saber's fighting Caliber. And then the other Medusa Megiddo shows up, and it's like, oh, okay. Oh man, he's getting double teamed, but he's got the Arthur book, so maybe it'll help him.
Yeah, he has 2 swords.
Right, he has 2 swords. I mean, somehow he lost the other sword, but that's stupid, but understandable. Whatever, fine. I want to say also that we're 37 minutes in or something to like recording, and we're 8 minutes into the episode.
Yeah.
Oh, I have problems. This is my therapy.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Buster comes in to do something.
The monster comes in.
So the third Medusa, because it turns out in Greek mythology there are 3 sisters. Ooh, that's that.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all.
No, there are 3 sisters.
Yes, is that a real thing? Oh, they didn't make that up?
Medusa had 2 other sisters.
They didn't make that up for Fate? I thought Fate made that shit up.
Fate did not make that up.
No, Fate doesn't make anything up. They don't
really make it.
Fate doesn't make anything up. That's a strong statement.
Okay, sure.
That is a strong statement.
A lot of it is like the only times that we change things around in Fate is like maybe the genders, and maybe there's some stuff they have to kind of suppose or like they say, okay, well, some details are missing in the story, so we have to fill them up. Or they're like, you know what, we have to make it fit with our rules of magic, so that's how they do it.
Yeah,
but they don't really mess with the history of things. They don't mess with the history of things.
Fate doesn't make anything up the same way that Saber has, because I think you said it, that Blades' lion is like named Aslan. The same way that Kamen Rider's Aslan can do hydro pump. Like, it doesn't,
there's also
Fate doesn't make anything up. Yes, this is a lion. It's named Aslan. Can it do hydro pump? Sure. I don't understand what the problem is. That's exactly how I understand it.
The sword is Excalibur. Does it blow buildings up? Yeah.
Does the sword is Excalibur? Does it use you as a cock sleeve? Okay.
Oh my god!
So no. I'll tell you. It involves a certain zoo video that showed up.
Wait, what? Okay. You lost me. Hey,
gorillas aren't always good people.
I don't think I want to know. You can not tell me. You're welcome to that.
Well, you're gonna learn today, boy.
No, please.
So anyway, Toma/Saber is getting fucking double teamed by Caliber and a Medusa. Ogami shows up to like give support, right? to back him up.
Yeah, sure. And calling backing up is just turning to stone.
He attacks like the cords that Medusa has around him, and then for whatever reason he realizes that's not doing enough. Saber needs to get his head in the game. Hey, coach, remember that amazing time in Game 7 of the NBA championships where a coach just blew his brains out in front of the fucking like the entire crowd? You're right. That doesn't exist. That's a stupid fucking thing to do. That's not a thing that people do.
Look, hey, I thought I was missing something for a second. Wait, what?
But instead, Ogami.
Yeah, Ogami does
untransforms, dehensions, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
He goes back to human form, runs up to Medusa, grabs her head, and twists it around instead of, as you said earlier in our conversation, that thing that he would just crack its fucking neck, stares at it. Just actively chooses to turn into stone.
Okay, well,
because that's easier than paying alimony and child support.
Okay. Well, we heard that he doesn't know what Medusa is or the story of Medusa. All right, that's just it. He's like, oh boy.
The odds are 0%.
Even though
the odds are 0.0%.
They technically said at the beginning of the fight, like, don't look into the eyes, and he just completely ignored that statement. Like, yeah, fuck that.
Yeah. You know what I don't get? It's like, here's the thing. Medusa has the Medusa character, because I don't give a shit what their names are.
Medusa. No, this is Medusa.
Is it still Medusa? Okay.
Yeah,
I thought they had their individual.
Medusa.
I thought they had their individual names or something like that.
No, they're just Medusa sisters.
Okay. Well, it makes you feel. We'll call them Medusa 1, Medusa 2, and Medusa 3. All right.
Okay. Yeah. Whatever. Fine. It's Medusa 2. Okay. Medusa 2 has
Toma
in her
Medusa 2 and not Medusa 3.
Okay. Look, man, they look the same. Okay, I don't give a shit anymore.
Oh, that's racist. That's racist, William. How dare you say they all look the same? All Medusas look the same. Fuck you.
Look, it doesn't matter because they're dead. Okay. It doesn't matter what their fucking feelings are when they're dead in the ground. Okay. Blow up into little itty bitty pieces because they all explode for some fucking reason.
Oh, it's tokusatsu. That's how it goes.
Yeah, that's fair. But, you can basically get it so like she has Toma in her fucking tentacles, right? And you have Caliber off in the distance. So what I don't like he's paying attention to Toma too. So I'm like, and then Ogami does this thing. I'm like, Ogami, why are you not just using off in the distance, using your fucking final move and blowing her up then and there without her noticing?
Yeah.
Why aren't you doing this?
William. What a fucking novel idea. It's almost like everything in this episode is counterintuitive to anybody's fucking brainwaves.
Like, I know why they're doing it, if only because it's like, oh, you know what, you have to learn to grow as a character. But this is not how you do it, and you kind of forget the logic of things. Or at least, like, this character can do this thing. And then you could have had it so that Caliber could have made it impossible for him. Shown a scene like, he's like, oh, you're trying your final move? Not in my presence. But then...
No. They wanted Caliber to just be like, hey, this is me being a responsible person. Trigger warning. Caliber just has suicidal ideation and just fucking chooses to fucking stare at a fucking stone beast to turn into stone.
Yeah, he's...
Knowing in this episode versus like the last 2 episodes where his son is present. They choose to show his son, and then they also choose to show him going, I'm gonna risk it all to stare at this fucking snake bitch. And he just turns to stone to, like, inspire Toma, I guess, basically. And then Toma still gets his ass fucking beat. Because apparently Caliber has some Wonder Ride books of his own. Even though Toma... Also, again, my other fucking conniption is Toma picks up Buster's, like, sword that's also a transformation device. So, you know, forget the rules on that shit. Just picks that up and tries to fight with it. Doesn't do well. Gets his ass fucking handed to him. And, they just have to kind of, like, all the other ones have to just kind of go, oh, we lost. Toma fucked up. Even though, Rentaro is still the ultimate Chad and just shows up and, like, blocks the attack with his 3-book power. And like, they go, we gotta leave. And they come back to the fucking base. And that fucking kid is just like, hey, you're back! And they're just like, beaten and bloody and tired and not in a good not in a good state. And May is May, and that's whatever. She's cheery and energetic or whatever. And Toma's just dealing with the trauma of watching a man turn to stone in front of him. And he's like, hey,
So also, that sword's obviously really fucking heavy. He just gave that shit to a kid, by the way.
Right,
hey,
no!
He hold this heavy-ass sword. This is a great sword.
I think it's interesting because I think he only gives him the sword and the wrong book. Like, he gives him the sword and the Jack and the Beanstalk book, but, like, we see, like, the Jack and the Beanstalk book. Maybe the fucking Genbu Shinwa book is in there, but that's not the book that transforms him.
Yeah, really weird. Now that you bring it up, it looks really fucking weird.
No, you see, he kept it for himself, man. That's what he's like.
He was like, oh, I'm gonna get some of that Sacred Beast energy. But yeah, so he gives him the fucking sword. First of all, which again, let's give a child a big ass sword. That's fun.
God,
which
man.
Again, also, this wouldn't be the first time that a legitimate child, like, could transform into a Kamen Rider. So I was like, fuck it. If this kid turns into the new Buster, fuck it. Whatever. I'm already way past the point of giving a shit. But so, he gives him the sword. Everybody's like, oh, yeah, so he dead. We shouldn't have let that man die. I mean, to be fair, he killed himself, but...
Yeah, I mean, that's also very true. You know, I will say, though, I was honestly kind of waiting for, like, him to shatter just, like, into pieces. But that never happens.
Yeah, I was too!
Yeah. I thought he was legit gonna die this episode.
Remember last episode of this fucking shit where I was like, I think they're about to kill Buster, and the joke was like, oh man, I should film myself. It happened so fast. The stupidity of it happened so out of the blue for me that I could not even stop to, like, register that it was about to happen. I thought, there's no way that this is what's happening. This isn't real. There's no way that, there's no way he's, like, trying to just turn into a stone statue right now. Why did he transform from, like, being in his Kamen Rider form? That's stupid, but whatever, okay. Oh, why is he grabbing its head? That's stupid. I mean, whatever. Why is he turning the head to look at him? Why is he looking directly in its eyes? Oh. Because there is no God. That's why.
Oh, man, that's a jump. All right. Because, man.
That's why. That's the reason. That's the one and only reason. That's the. Hey, guys, that's the final solution.
That's the final solution. Just fucking give yourself
just kill God. No, just like every JRPG.
No, there you go. Yeah, you gotta kill God at the end. Yeah.
Kill God. I mean, they've done that before. I mean, they killed God before.
Yeah, they've killed God. They've become God. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah. So they realized, oh boy, we got our shit kicked in. So we gotta learn. We gotta use this as a training exercise.
And then Toma gets inspired by the child, which is the greatest narrative irony that I've ever seen, because it's like, hey, this child that's been through way too much trauma for like an 8-year-old, he's the one who inspired this like 20-something, and tell him to like get his shit together. And all of that.
Well, to be fair, you think about it, this kid has seen more action than Toma, all right?
Apparently his dad's version of like inspiring people is fucking suicide.
I mean, here's my theory now on why this kid is so desensitized. I don't even think it's just because of the fact that he's like fucking going on these missions. I also think that he's legitimately been born into a cult of writers that just know no hesitation in the face of death.
No, I think he just has a really bad dad. I think he has a really bad dad that doesn't do things good, and that thinks that a genuine form of inspiring someone is to put yourself in harm's way until they figure out how to save you, which is a fucking crazy person, like, gaslighting technique, which is insane.
To be fair, cults also do this. But,
to be fair, cults are bad. So, if he's a bad dad and he's in a cult, it's a bad dad still. Like, he literally told Toma, hey, I'm gonna die unless you fix this problem, and then just let himself die, like, be turned to stone, and forcing Toma to, like, get his shit together, which is a terrible fucking move.
Yeah, if it was like a thing that naturally occurred rather than him deciding, I'm going to do this so that he can get his shit together, then it would have been like, oh, you know what? Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, right. It would have been like, oh, that's character growth of, like, Toma caring about, like, if it had been, like, Toma was about to turn to stone and Ogami, like, jumped in to save him, that would have been, like, a character development point of, like, oh my god, I have to fight to bring him back, and he fought to save me. No, Ogami, again, de-transformed, ran up to the monster, swung its head around like he was about to give it a New Year's kiss, and just stared it in the eyes until he turned to stone. What an insane person idea to do.
Yeah, it's like the
idea that is the like logic for, oh yeah, I'm gonna inspire everybody, like I'm gonna inspire Toma and Toma's gonna inspire everybody else to like figure this shit out, is insane. Especially when you consider that Ogami is the most veteran person in their group. Yeah. And it's like, oh, this is stupid. This is incredibly stupid. I can't believe I'm still watching this shit. What the fuck is wrong with me?
Oh man. But yeah, I don't know if this is a thing for me. But were you annoyed at the fact that Tomo realized that he could, like, he didn't need the sword of Arthur. He just needed the power of friendship.
Oh, of course. It's always the power of friendship.
Oh, okay.
It's always the power of friendship.
So when he spends this whole time, like, when they have that whole moment of, like, he, like, goes back to his desk and he starts writing shit, and then, like, May is like, are you writing something? You're writing the next, like, thing? And it's like, I'm writing the next plan because I'm a novelist. And it's like, okay, but, like, anybody can write on a piece of paper and, like, tell somebody, like, which direction to go. And, like, also, you don't have to, like, write to, like, strategize. Like, that's not how strategy works. You don't have to, like, be let's bring her up again, J.K. Rowling to be a fucking chess master. Like, that's not how that shit works. And he plans this whole thing out of, like, basically script writing all of these things of, like, where his friends should go and, like, to fight and do other things. And, like, you could have just had a conversation, dude. You could have just had, just had a group conversation and then, like, do that. That's not, like, the power of friendship. That's just fucking communication. Like, learn how to delegate tasks, you piece of shit. Like,
learn to talk to people.
Toma would be the worst, like, fast food manager I've ever seen. Like, he just would not be able to, like, tell people, like, okay, you two man the deep fryer, you two man, like, the drive-through, and you two manage, like, working the counter. Like, okay, fine. Instead, he's like, I wrote a book! I wrote a short story about how we can win, and it's like, oh, okay. Well, that's the stupidest use of this man's fucking, like, literary motif so far. But yeah, I mean, hey, that's how they have to get to a logical conclusion that anybody could get to? Fuck it. Fine. And then they show back up, and they decide to fight, and they're like, oh, cool. Here's, Legio. Here's fucking all the Kamen Riders. Here's the Medusas. Here's fucking Caliber. Oh, man, we're gonna pair off based off of Toma's, like, story of how things are gonna go. Which, honestly, would be more impressive if he was, like, a fucking, like, clairvoyant. If he just, like, wrote a story based off of what he already knew, that would be cooler. But instead he's like, I wrote a story. This is how I want things to go. That's not how things work. You can't just write your fucking fanfiction and that's how your fight goes. In fanfiction, every incel thinks they have fucking Gurren Lagann powers. They're gonna drill through the bully that, like...
Oh, wow, that is a statement. Wow.
I'm just saying, every incel thinks that they have, like, fanfiction superpowers, and they're not gonna have that.
No. Every incel thinks that they just can't get laid, and then they start, like, cutting off their own fucking penises and just nailing them to
Oh my god, Toma is the literal example of, while you all were studying the sword... While you, it's like the opposite of, like, instead of while you were out partying, I was studying the sword. It's now while you were studying the sword, I was out becoming a novelist, and it's like I was out there writing fan fiction. It's like,
and he's getting rich off of it. He's doing.
I mean, he has his own store. He has his own editor.
Yeah, and to be honest, I think that store is filled with books that he wrote. No.
It's not all books that he wrote, because
mostly.
I think the first one was like, they showed, like, because the kids keep coming over there, and like it's clearly not books that he wrote, because it's been like he's been showing off the books. Like they've had a couple of instances where it's like one of these books was like, Arabian Nights or something, and one of the books was like some weird ass like zoology book about salamanders.
Piranhas.
I don't know what the fuck this bookstore is, but it's very bad.
Look, look, this bookstore has a lot of options. All right, there's a lot of stuff in this book.
Yeah. So Toma starts fighting Caliber because that's how he wrote his fan fiction to be. Meanwhile, it's Ren, right? It's there's Rentaro, and then there's Ren. Because it's problematic.
Yeah, I was thinking about this last episode.
Yeah, there's Kenzan and there's Blades, like, but he's like, hey, why don't I have the ninja boy that really, really, really wants to suck Kento's dick? I mean, he's really, like...
Yeah,
he's a fanboy. He's a fanboy for him.
This guy's really eager. He already has an eager personality. He'll do it.
Yeah. So he... Mm-hmm. So he's like, okay, you two go fight one person. Kento, go fight, Caliber so that you can work, or you two go fight Caliber so that Kento can like work out his like daddy issues, and then Ren can like slowly start calling Kento daddy, and then they put Rintaro with, again, Rintaro so far currently is the most powerful one of them all because he has 3 books slid in, and he fights Legiel by himself, which just let him be the leader.
Let him be the main character now. Yeah. Let him have the Book of Arthur.
Yeah.
Let him get the girl.
It's also a blue book, so it should work, but he doesn't.
Let's say it's gray. It's a little gray, right?
Let's see. It's a very light blue to call it gray. I mean, it's not part of his. It's not part of his, like, I guess clearly it's not part of his, like, 3 of a kind thing.
Right.
But it's still part of, like, his. It's closer to his aesthetic scheme than it is for any other writer.
Mm-hmm.
But so Toma, like, starts fighting the other Medusa, who, okay, cool, oh man, she starts throwing rocks at him, and oh cool, my magical sword just like starts slashing shit away. Again, we knew this was gonna be the episode where they reveal the mecha. We knew this was gonna be, and to be fair, it went better than I thought it was gonna go.
Wait, that was better?
The design wise pretty good.
Okay.
It looked a lot better than I thought it was gonna be, because I thought it was just gonna be like way more just like wonky looking. It still has dumbass boots, but like the Medusa decides to grow because, you know, we need to give a reason for a giant robot to show up. And then he's like, okay, cool, my giant ephemeral sword turn into a robot. He has no fucking clue how that was going to happen, but he does it. And he's like, cool, giant sword robot, kill the Medusa. And it takes care of that. That's fine. Then, and then it turns him into a sword. And then, on like some, like, beyond, it's not Soul Eater. This isn't in any way excusable. The little, you know, crest on his helmet turns to a real big old sword. It's a real big blade. He's like, oh man, my head hurts. But that's okay, because the robot comes down and it grabs him like a cock sleeve. And just chokes him out and makes that sword real big.
Oh god, why did you say it like that? Oh, no.
Like the gorilla that took a frog.
What?
That took a frog and decimated it.
No, that's not real. That's the lie. You are telling me
he just grabbed Toma like he was about to use him and abuse him. He just grabs it.
No,
he just grabs
Austin,
him.
I'm calling a vote. We are banning it from this spoiler cast now. Okay?
What? We're banning Tariq? Tariq provides so much insight.
I didn't even know this today. I didn't even know this at all.
But don't worry. Ren is now friends with them apparently. So he's cool.
With the gorilla? What?
What? No, with the crew. No one gives a fuck about the gorilla, all right? Only the frog gives a fuck. All right, but now Red is all of a sudden chill, and they welcome him into the group. Like, hey yo, you can join our group huddle now.
William, what you need to understand is the fact that you didn't understand the fact that I had to tell you about this, and I couldn't just say gorilla and frog, means that you are not yet, like, Like, you know, just you just need to experience more.
I don't need to experience that. What experience?
I didn't need to experience it either.
Yeah,
nobody needed to experience it. But some child, somebody who went to a zoo, saw something that they should never see between a gorilla and a frog.
Sure.
And the fact that I had to.
We're still on this topic.
The fact that I had to lay it out for you is unfortunate, but now you know. That's a thing that happened. That's the world we live in.
I don't want to live on this earth anymore.
Well, hey, listen, it's election week next week. Please, God.
I already voted.
Please, God.
I got
please,
an absentee ballot.
Thank you. Good. Please, just let this terrible nightmare end.
Oh yeah, by the way, so real quick, speaking of election, so you know on YouTube, you can bring up analytics, right? Hey, North America, not our target audience, apparently, looking this shit up.
What?
Wait,
Why not?
I don't know. Somehow, according to the YouTube analytics, a majority of our views for Kamen Rider and Sentai comes from Southeast Asian countries. All right,
like the Philippines and Vietnam.
People listen to us? What?
Apparently, according to the YouTube analytics. All right, where is Indonesia?
It's in Indonesia.
Okay then. All right.
Wow!
I couldn't resist the stupidity
right,
of the answer.
Majority of Southeast Asia. So if you're in Southeast Asia, remember to go vote. All right. I don't know if you're allowed to go vote in those countries or not.
Hey man, I mean, like apparently it's everything goes here now, so it's okay. They can go ahead and come over here.
All right, hey, if you're in Southeast Asia, come over to America and vote in our electoral
Oh my God! Please, no! Please, only if you're gonna vote against this orange mango motherfucker.
Yeah, just vote blue.
Because, please, like. Maybe I'm revealing too much about myself, but I work professionally in, like, you know, private elections for people. But if you can just, like, I'm not trying to rig the system, but if you want to rig the system to, like, just kill Donald Trump, that would be really great. Because it's depressing the fuck out of me. It depresses the shit out of me.
Look, the Republicans are trying to rig the system. I think it's okay if the Indonesians do it. I'm not officially on record. We're not serious about this, but you know, jokes are
anyway. So Toma gets used as a cock sleeve.
That was a car outside.
Stop, please stop. We're past that now. Just stop.
Toma gets used as a sword. Toma turns into a sword. Toma turns into a sword.
Okay.
I'm just looking at analytics right now.
Okay.
Jokes aside, Toma gets turned into a sword inexplicably. Inexplicably turns into a sword.
Yeah.
His mecha, he doesn't control it.
Apparently.
Grabs him,
turns
him into a sword. It already has its own sword, but he turns into a sword.
It dual wields. Sentient being.
Yeah, it dual wields and wields him like a Pez dispenser sword and slices a meteor like it's fucking Madara Uchiha. And then kills the Medusa. Again, none of this was necessary except for the placement of products to create an idea of oh cool, we gotta sell the saber, the King Arthur sword mech. And then I'm gonna be honest, the fact that Ogami doesn't die is such a fucking shit moment, because they kill the Medusa and they all everybody's happily ever after, and Ogami's oh man, that kid did it, and it's you just put yourself in, you petrified yourself for the purpose of, you think, what What are you talking about?
Yeah, he essentially traumatized Toma into becoming a better person, but that's like...
yeah, wow, it's almost like we see a window into his parenting techniques.
Yeah, and it's like, my son is not going to eat a cereal, time to make it so that the cereal kills me. That'll show him he'll eat the cereal from now on.
I mean, it's genuinely like that. It's genuinely like that. And then he goes and like super gaslights them because once they all come back, he like runs into the room and then tells his son that he's the reason why everything went well. Somehow, May is like, nah, dude, you did not do that, and like,
and she wasn't even there.
She wasn't even there, but she just like, but they all just go, you're wrong, and he's just like. He just fucking tells the kid, like, no, I'm the best. Isn't that right? Daddy's great. I don't fucking do anything wrong.
Yeah.
But we get a little hint at a cough slash holding a book.
Yeah.
And then we get to motherfucking Tassel bursting through his fucking ceiling.
Yeah, that's where we started.
Yeah, where it all began.
Well, yeah.
Fuck, what's the again, going back to Lord of the Rings, what's the fucking there and back again.
That's more
that's the Hobbit. It's the Hobbit. But I'm just saying it's Tolkien. Thing. It's the same lore.
Yeah, same lore. This is true.
But my point is just like we get there and back again, and then so we get fucking Tassel, and then we get Michael Jackson caliber with one glove, like looking weirdly at a picture of Sophia and the dead, like former Saber flame swordsman or whatever.
Yeah, from the beginning of episode 1.
Yeah, so whatever the fuck he is, I guess like he and Caliber were friends, maybe. I don't know.
Brothers.
I don't care.
I don't know.
The main thing is, we're getting a new Kamen Rider next episode.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
And new characters.
I'm hoping,
and some weird bitch that like kind of is a secret agent. Also, we know who the new.
We all know who the new Kamen Rider is.
Yeah,
but I just know that. Oh, it could be anyone. Ooh.
William, if you didn't look at the preview for the next episode, and pick it together, you're a very stupid person.
Okay, I mean, I didn't see the preview, but I can tell because
you didn't see the preview for next episode.
I try not to anymore because
why?
Okay, look, here's the thing. Okay, when I saw last episode, like the last episode, right? That was like legitimately like the best episode I've seen, like in terms of like at least from Japanese shows, right? Because Sentai is like, it's fun, it's getting good now, but it's like, man, like Kamen Rider just started getting really good in episode 6. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna watch the previews anymore because I want to be surprised when these episodes get this good, That was my thing.
You just watched episode 8. And you got surprised by how bad it can be. So, well, you know what? Fine. Then I'm not gonna tell you. But we're getting a new Kamen Rider next episode.
No, I know we're gonna get a new Kamen Rider because they just hinted at it in this episode.
They hit it for 2 episods now, right?
Oh well, yeah, fair. 2 episodes, yes. But like they hinted at it.
3.
There's no way you can miss it.
No, my point was gonna be that like they have some girl that shows up that's boy. And like kind of like
you should watch the preview. You should watch the preview. Might as well.
She's in like black leather, like she's in like a black leather like spy outfit.
Yeah, the kind you want to step on you. Yeah.
Oh god, like okay.
I don't know about that, but
oh no, sorry, that's the whole thing me and William have going on right now.
It really is.
Boy, you guys need to. Okay, well.
I mean, it's not even me that started. It's Austin, so you can talk to Austin about
that. Denialism.
This is called a cross promotion for Kira Major. Listen to the Kira Major review.
Okay, so this is a crossover episode about getting stepped on. All right, nice to hear.
Yeah.
Anyway,
new girl. Will she become a Kamen Rider? Who knows?
Yeah,
is she a Kamen Rider?
But also, we get to see Tetsuo in the preview. He wears a leather jacket, and it's very funny because it's like, oh, cool, your balls dropped, I guess. Whatever.
Oh man, oh god, stop! You're gonna make me like snorting laughter. This is not okay. I don't want people hearing this.
You know.
No.
That's
Stop.
for Mistress to step on you for.
Stop it! I'm really trying not to. Anyway, this episode was really fucking weird. Like, especially after last episode when it was actually really fucking good, and then this like
last episode was like so good. Last episode was so good that this gave me whiplash.
Yeah, it was very weird.
I was so ready to be like, Saber is actually a good series. I can't believe I like was reluctant about this beforehand. I can't, like, why did I even think that this wouldn't be good? And then it was like, oh, this is exactly why. This episode is the exact reason why I hate this. I go for like one good episode and I get like two batshit crazy episodes.
Well, I mean, hopefully this is like not indicative of how this series is gonna be. Like we get
so far
it's a pattern.
If we keep adding in more writers, right? More writers, not writers, writers, right? The show quality should improve, right? It's the same thing with water and oil, right? If you keep adding water to oil, it'll make it better.
Okay, sure.
Right? It'll balance out.
Yeah, sure. That's exactly how it's gonna work.
Yeah, that's exactly how it's gonna work. All right,
my God.
Fun episode. Really fucking weird.
At the very
by the
least,
way, I just realized. Hey, this is still Spooky-tober, by the way.
Is it? The last week of Spooky-tober.
Oh yeah, it's the last week of Spooky-tober.
And if our South Asian allies could help, fuck our election over, please do that.
They have internet trolls over there, right? They can do stuff, right?
Let's just end this now.
Yeah. All right. That was fun. All right, coronavirus is still a thing. Wash your hands. Kate, thanks. Bye.